Maximals, Maximal Primal here, welcome back to Dragon Age
You sing a
Origins.
great deal.
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
we finally got
Music
back up to
lifts
where we
my
originally were,
spirit.
and we've pretty
Would you
much
like me
done
to
everything
stop?
here now.
I didn't say
So
that.
with that, we
Was
can
that
get a
part of
move
your
on.
chant?
No, it was a ballad about a highwayman and the tavern girl who loved him. Could you not tell?
All your language sounds the same to me. I thought you were singing of vegetables, actually.
Nah. So with that said, we've cleared pretty much everything out here, so we need to kind of get a move on with the game. So I don't know where we'll be going to next, but meh. Off. Right, okay, so we don't need this. Chunk. Technically I need to see if Stern can wear those. Nah, leave them for now. Ah. Anyway, let's get a move on. And call it saves for me, that's helpful. Yep. I also should really try and upgrade everyone. I got it also, I think I might have to try them. Okay.
Bad dreams, huh? Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight. He did. He said he felt the Archdemon's presence. Everyone just assumed he was guessing. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too. That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Enchantment.
What do you need? Ask away. Oh, did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact. Well, if you're going to go and pay attention to the facts, then fine. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Our Lehman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough. Our Lehman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care. but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me. I suppose you're right. I wasn't raised as the Jarl's son, though, if you're picturing that. I slept in hay, out in the stables, not on silk sheets. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Jarl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming. I think so, yes. This news we've heard about him being sick disturbs me, though. I wonder if we won't discover that Loghain has come to the same conclusion as we have. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story. What do you need? Ask away. Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you? I do my best. What can I say? Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills. Well, it wasn't an easy life, you know. I don't know whether or not you've noticed, but I'm not exactly the Chantry type. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky. I don't know. Maybe. When he came looking for recruits, I just remember praying fervently to the Maker that he would pick me. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have. He was a good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Okay, good. Got a bit of positivity.
Yes? Well, here I am. Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose. When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools. Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Okay, what about Stern? Oh, I forgot there's actually a dog we can talk to.
Oh, why, you little... Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look. Don't you think I don't know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me. I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
This is actually fun. I'm sorry, I'm just getting very interested.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Okay, never mind. It's just you don't get like approval and disapproval from your dog.
Yes. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised. To answer a question. The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here. The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari. Kunari have no kings. Little patience for endless questions. A portion of it. Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer. Yes. Never. I cannot go home. It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting. As you wish.
Oh, he's pissed off. But...
Ah, it's good to see you, my
Midgets.
timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed. He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Enchantment!
Enchantment!
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out. I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose. One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that. Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tides, they're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure, something worth a little gold. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back. I thank the stone every single day. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you? Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here, I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
But yes, that is definitely a discount.
What do you wish of me? If you must. You are very cute to ask so many questions. Of course I don't. 'Tis no matter. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more. They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom. Me? No, I never did any of the killing, until later. And even then, Flemeth was a glutton for that sort of thing. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Hmm.
Perhaps they did. Still, I do not begrudge them doing what they believe is necessary. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates, and apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit. Oh, I hope you are not simply being agreeable. It would be a refreshing change. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Alright, so I talked to everybody, but let's get a move on. So, where do we go? Not this way. Go back through the campsite we go. Oh, whoops, okay, right, so...
Yes.
Indeed.
No, so we can't, there's no point going to all these places. Let's go... Cliff Edge. Why not? Let's go there for now. Oh right, okay, we got a fight. That means we got a fight to deal with. Yay!
More foul darkspawn.
Got it. All right.
Right ahead.
You'll get no mercy from me.
Right ahead.
Now is better than later. I'll get on it. Now is better than later.
Another battle, I see.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Yes. As you wish.
Trap right ahead.
Say what you must.
What?
What now?
Okay, I guess none of us can disarm traps. Alright. The more you know, I guess. Why not? Yeah, so that bit at the bottom where Ostagar is, that black bit is basically them slowly making their way over to us. But yeah, now we're in Redcliffe or whatever. Just realise. Sadly, he's not scaling up to us, so it might be best.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us? So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard? He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you. He's just over there in the chantry. Please, come.
Yep, because I actually forgot about that subplot, to be honest.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They're obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl. You're a rather unusual group, to say the least. Can I ask who you are and why you've come? A Grey Warden? I thought you all died along with my nephew. At least that is what Loghain would have us believe.
I refer to Cailan, of course. Our sister was Queen Rowan, King Merrick's wife and Cailan's mother. Make her rest her soul.
There is a Grey Warden who goes by the name of Alistair. Does he yet live? He does? Finally, some good news amidst all the bad. Thank you. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault. Some call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. I'm asking you, please, help us. Help Eamon.
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand. Yet helping these humans does nothing of the sort.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle. Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Oh, Stern definitely disapproves. Oh. You know, I actually think we might have to temporarily... Oh, fuck's sake. Why can't I swap pies?
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Soon, darling. I'm so scared, Father. Sorry. What are we going to do? Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible, you poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too. You will Thank you so
It's
much.
like all those dialogue
Please
is
find
like, be
him.
a strong woman.
I want to go home. Where's Father?
But night is coming. The
we go
monsters will
home?
return and...
I already told you. Father is outside defending the village from the bad men. We must stay here and be brave.
Good day.
And hope for the Maker's compassion.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since. I am. You've heard of me? Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh, no. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot, too. Maker's blessings upon you.
Of course, we've got that quest done now, at least, and... yeah, level up. Okay, so we need to... Alright, and we'll learn traps. Okay, never mind, I guess we can. Okay. Still can't swap to Alistair, that's annoying.
The Maker will judge us by how
The
we
light comes
meet our
again,
death.
and Ferelden is doomed.
We must be
What are we to
brave
do?
and sing the chant.
Let us pray. Blessed art thou. You are a stranger amongst us, yet you still agree to defend our village in its darkest hour. We are most grateful to you. Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same.
And again, I want to
You are a
apologise
man
if
of
I'm just
worth,
being a bit
and the
like,
Maker will
yeah,
smile upon you. Allow me
because
to
these sort of
introduce
games, I
myself.
just kind of sit back and
I am
just get
revered
nerds
Mother
and I kind
Hannah,
of forget, like,
head
I
of this
can't
chantry, which for
But
the
then,
moment is a place of
because there's
refuge
like
for
there's
these
so much
poor
going on. Also,
villagers.
potentially you can unlock side
How
quests.
awful this must be for you
can
all.
also talk to more people.
Is this everyone
get
who's
benefits
left?
from it.
All those who
perks,
cannot
etc. You know,
defend
it's
themselves,
important,
yes.
especially in these sort of
They
games.
are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task? Of course, child. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition.
Why haven't Mother and Father returned yet?
They're gone, dear boy. I fear most for the children. They are so frightened. It breaks my heart.
Ha! Alright, so anyway, let's see if I can switch parties yet, because if we can get Alistair, and then I think that'd be better, because I think there'd be more dialogue. Because Stern's getting pissed off because I'm helping people, and I think this is going to be one of those quests I'm going to be... You know, I'm going to be helping people, that's the problem.
Vashaden.
Yes.
You know, I'll go back in and now talk to them briefly. I don't know why I couldn't have swapped in there, because then I could have had Alice. It makes it easier at the loading screens. Okay, never mind. I thought I still had some Coke Zero to drink still, but never mind.
Who's this you brought with you? He looks a bit familiar.
You don't recognize me, Bantegan? Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Alistair! Oh, but it's good to finally see you. When your friend here told me you were still alive, I could scarcely believe the good fortune.
Still alive, and believe me, I'm just as surprised about it as you are.
Some of us are deeply disappointed by it.
I am less surprised than you might think, despite what Loghain put you through. I'm glad not all the Grey Wardens are lost. It lifts my spirits to see you here, dear boy, and my hope for tonight is renewed. What do you need? There is not much daylight left. Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
There you go, I just thought I'd do that, just see. But I think that, again, depending on who you got with you, I think if I have people from the Chantry and that, but then again, you could argue, oh, if you have Morrigan in the circle, then it could piss people off. Which it probably would, so it'd be better not to.
You know, we don't have the men we need. And their numbers just keep growing each night.
Well, sure, they take the dead and they, you know...
I don't...
Still no sign of them.
I wish Owen would relight the forge.
Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack before the sun goes down.
Yes, sir.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king. So you say? A damn Qunari could walk up and say he was a Grey Warden. I wouldn't know the difference. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight. I hope you're right. I really do. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge. We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help. His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first. I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
So let's go and keep looking around and see if there's any other people to talk to.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. Oh, you never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left. Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough. Certainly not. I don't know you and I don't want to. Off you go. I said no, and I meant it. Be gone, stranger. That's so. Well, if Murdoch wants more weapons, you can give him the same answer I did. He can make them himself. If you didn't notice, the smithy is closed, the forge is cold, you've come to the wrong place. My accent here says you won't. Just you try it, looter! Be gone, I said! Don't you try to come in here! Good, and don't come back. Be gone, I said! Don't you try to come in here!
I feel awful for doing this. This is wrong. I'm probably gonna get him killed, but...
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
You just come barging into my home. I've no money and nothing of value to take, as you can plainly see. So if you're here to beat on a sad old man, then all I ask is you get on with it. I don't have much to live for as it is. Is that so? Then talk then. My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone! I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night. Or are you going to save us? Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night. Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damned thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can. I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
And I suppose there's no point in me sitting around, is
yeah,
there?
Morgan.
Time to relight the forge and get the smithy going, eh?
She's so
Murdoch will
witty
be pleased.
Not witty.
If you need anything done,
very
well,
dark sarcasm. And
just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Alright. Morgan's disapproving like mad. It is not a good sign. They're doing alright to help everybody, so that's good.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over a drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll send one of my men to inform Bantegan the militia is ready for battle. You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. Right. Let's hope we see morning.
Right, so let's go and speak to our other friends. We need to go up here and then towards the bridge.
You are very beautiful, Morrigan.
Tell me something I do not know.
But you are always dressed in such rags. It suits you, I suppose. A little tear here, a little rip there to show some skin. I understand.
You understand I lived in a forest, I hope?
Maybe we could get you in a nice dress one day. Silk. No, maybe velvet. Velvet is heavier, better to guard against the cold in Ferelden. Dark red velvet. Yes.
Ah, it's sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit that I do not quite know how to address you. Is my lord sufficient? Very well then, my lord. I am humbly at your service. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost. We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered. That gladdens my heart to hear it. As you wish, my lord. May God watch over you.
Well, Sen, and also, because we got Alistair now here, I need to see about his armour. So with that, we'll just quickly go and... I don't know what's going on. Whoops, completely forgot. I got a theory where the kid is. Damn it, not the blacksmith. Where is it?
So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there. No one else.
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
House. Am I going in the right building?
Yes, what can I do for you? Very well.
Wait, why am I in here?
Do this, do that.
Sorry. Can't do that.
Here.
Oh, okay, so she can't open chests. Well, she can, but obviously her lockpicking skills need to be improved. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, but it's kind of annoying. Where is it? Alright, so it's next to the chantry, so back all the way down there and in that little corner. It would help if I had a marker, because I've already finished the game once before, without the DLCs, mind you. But I didn't do everything properly, or I don't know, this was my first run through. So again, I don't remember. But it would be nice, you know, to have a marker. Call it a hunch. I think this is actually where the kid is. He's hiding somewhere.
Go away. This isn't your home. This is my home. My home, you hear me? How do you know my name? Did she tell you to take me back to the Chantry? Don't make me go back there. I hate that place. I hate it. Everybody's scared. But they tell me I shouldn't be scared. And they tell me I shouldn't be sad that Mother died. I don't want to be sad. I'm brave. I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to fight them off. I will. No. I just heard you coming, and I guess that's not very brave of me, is it? I'll come out now. All right, I came out. You won't hurt me, will you? I'll go back to the Chantry if you really want. I just didn't want to be at the Chantry anymore. Everyone's scared, and I want to be brave. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Too right, run you little bastard, run. If this wasn't a game that's rated, if the ESRB weren't a thing, I'd happily whoop your fucking ass. That's mean. I never went upstairs, so I'm gonna actually have a look.
Yes? Sorry.
Yes.
A key? Do we get a key from Thingamajiggy? That could be a possibility. And I did not know in the corner of my eye, was there like a little sparkly box? Am I right? I don't think there was. But who knows, whatever. Yeah, it is marked as an active quest. But the game just want me to... What doesn't want to tell me, so yeah. Let's go to the Chantry. We've got two things we've got to do. So most likely I'll probably get this done and then, you know.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
Ha ha ha! Oh, that's messed up.
The Maker sent you. I just know it.
I'm not going to be that grubby. I'm not going to do it. I would have done it for shits and giggles, but in my head it's just more funnier, to be honest. To be fair, you guys can all look at the alternate dialogue trees.
What is it you need, child? I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give. Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that. cannot do it. I know that their own faith may inspire them, but these men need to find confidence on their own. I simply won't lie to them. Now, please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Oh, fine, just cut me off, you little bitch. Okay. Oh, so we have to go back and, done this. We've been playing for nearly 6 hours in general. Fair enough. Well, no one's saying, by the way, but... all we can do for now, hang on. Is there any other quests that need to be done at the moment? We can't do that one yet, but we can do that, so... that's the only one we can do at the moment. And from what I can see, there's not really anybody we can talk to either, so... but whose house is this? Okay.
What do you wish of me?
Nothing. I think we'll make it a thing that at least once every video, you know, I'll talk to everybody in my party, you know, in my team, so that way then I can build up like the disapprovals and the approvals and all that lot. And I'm also going to be trying to do a different sort of... I'm going to try and get like a sort of different alternative thing where instead of me liking Morrigan, I might like Lania or whatever. I forgot, I can't even pronounce her name, it's fucking annoying. Lania, whatever. Got a lull instead, that'll be more funny.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
In the game.
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything? I see. Then I suppose we must simply rely on our own prayers. The Maker will not help us. Thank you for your efforts. We shall fight on, nevertheless. There is still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned... good luck to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
Yeah, no, hurry up then. Yeah, so nighttime falls, and now we just gotta wait.
They're coming! Get to your positions! Make ready!
It's time, men. Know that we fight for the Maker and our Owl.
Take them down!
It's definitely a lot better than this pressing. Morgan leveled up Morgan.
Watch out! No quarter!
Got it.
off my back.
Come and get it! You are glorious again.
The monsters are attacking from the lake! They're attacking the barricades! We need help! Come on! We need to hurry!
Anyway, we're going to call it a video here now. And in the next part, we're going to continue on with our battle and save people. See you all then. Take care. See ya.